Hello, 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 everybody. Hello, hello, hello. It's time for some Factorio. Factorio. It's Factorio time. And maybe instead of dealing damage to the aliens, uh, well, just build something. We can just build. Really too bad when there's gossip that floats around where someone says, you know what he told me? Bro, I'm gonna tell you right now, he told me that he would do this to, like, your girl or something like that. He said that? And then they go, he said that? I say, yeah. And then the guy didn't. Or you didn't, you know? I hate that. That's what's nice about Factorio. You don't gotta worry about any of that he said, she said. These people lying and shit. I don't want to take care of a society. You have to learn what society does, be good at it, teach more of it. That's why society is perpetually going to be sick until you create a new one, but you guys aren't going to do that. You know, well, democratic, diplomatic, keep everyone alive-o-matic. Research upgrade. Current mission, research upgrade. There's a damaged lab that may provide something of interest, something of use. Something of use for me. Where could it be? Where could it be now? Alright, so it's right next to kind of an alien base. Need some items for repair. It might need power after, not sure. You okay, Mom? Are you gonna eat more food?
Yeah. There's more.
There is more, yeah. Well, there's more meat. If you want, I have to make more of the spaghetti. I can make more spaghetti. There is, but there's not enough for both of us, so I'm gonna make more spaghetti. I'll make more after, okay? Say again, Mom.
Looking
Handles. Why were you speaking in like a Texan accent for like just a moment? And then talking about candles? You know, my ex used to light up candles like witchcraft. You know, the ex from Texas? She used to do things like that. I'm not sure if she was actually into it or if that was just, you know, like a thing or whatever that she was saying that she was into. You know what I mean? I don't know what would disturb her more. Is me, quote unquote, ratting on her, even though it's something to know about a person, I guess, free information. And then, I don't know if she'd be disturbed by that or disturbed by me saying, that by me trying to cover it up as just being, you know, some fake shit. I don't know either, but you're looking for candles?
I got a couple of little tea candles.
Are you looking for candles to light for scent, or are you looking
No, for when the electricity goes out.
when is it going to go on?
Well, they start
Tomorrow?
That's what they're thinking.
Woohoo! I can prepare for Stellaris again. Gives me time to prep. Alright, Mom, I'll be here. I had a few exes from Texas. Did you know that? No, I'm just messing. Jeez. Um. Helping someone out for free, seemingly for free. I didn't say that I'd help you for free. You could have told me to stop helping. Ooh, double shit, double shit, double shit. Brand's playing tricks on me. She made a deep error in trusting that guy who sounded like he was giving up her secrets. Like she did all kinds of devil magic shit on him after out of anger, and he just gave her up just like that. You just can't trust a man like that. Just can't trust a man like that, you know? Oh, you know why you did it? It's because you're Well, you want more? You want more, huh? You want to get messed up more? Well, what's the answer? I'm not sure. The police don't know how to handle magical shit, you know. It's not in the paperwork. If there is a witch, in case of witch, then you know what I mean, there's nothing like that. And they're so out of that game that they're a safe place to be for your physicality if you have to be around, you know, people like that, but they're not safe to be around to get away from the effects that have already entered your brain, unfortunately. And they might throw you in the nuthatch. Oh, these are nice trees, man. Why did you get with that woman? I don't know. I was just following an agenda, you know? Some kind of agenda. I guess there was interference in my family life. Things changed, you know? One moment, I had everything under control. Next moment, being contested. Fine, you don't want me around here? Fine. Fine, then. You don't like me? Someone else wants me around? Okay. Okay, so blame everyone else for your decision. Kinda. If someone knew better, then yeah, it is their fault. So stupid. I made all these red flags to show off my talent and what I'm good at. I even said a bunch of things to mess with his head, and he still loved me. He still loved me. Imaginary. saying, "You should have shot me," and then placing her hand under my chin and doing that thing like, "Can't do anything now." Is that supposed to hurt? Yes, it is. I'm unlucky now because of that. Unlucky. I thought I was doing what I was supposed to do. I don't know. I don't know. Ooh. There's always got to be a reason. A God reason. Oh God, if he starts talking about God again, God this, God that. Starts talking about that again. Oh, she said, "You're too short." And there's these women look at me like with a grimace. She said, "You're..." Yeah, that's what every ex would say about every ex. They always say that. Well, I don't know what to do with that. Why don't you try to be more mature next time? Yeah, be more mature. Yeah, no, when you have kids, why don't you try having kids sometime, huh? Try having kids. During a time where Biden is in office, Democrats rule. Women first, children first, men second. What do you do? Always blame the man. Well, what should she have tried? I don't know. Not getting with you. Oh. Always knew they were about to die. Yeah, well, men don't talk about their exes. Yeah, they do. Well, not if they're not drunk. Define man. A co-pilot?
Hey there, it's great to hear from you. What are we diving into today?
Define man.
Well, that's a nice wide open question. I'd say a man is just a human who identifies as male, but really, there are a million ways to define it. So, what's got you thinking about that?
I don't know. I guess.
I'm with you.
I guess what women do, I guess. So define a man.
Sure, let's take a crack at it. You know, at the end of the day, defining a man is kind of like trying to define a woman or anyone else. It's a mix of cultural ideas, individual identity, and a whole lot of personal flavor. So maybe the real question is, what does it mean to you, and how does that guide what you're thinking about?
No, let's not go there with the, what does it mean to you? No, you define what a man is. Define it. So, like, take a look at the entire world population. What is a man?
Absolutely, let's keep it straightforward. In a broad and simple sense, a man is generally an adult human who identifies as male. That's really the baseline definition. So if you've got more in your mind around that, feel free to dive deeper.
What would society in the USA say a man is?
Well, in the US, society's got layers to it, right? Traditionally, people might say a man is someone who identifies as male, and maybe leans into some of those classic masculine roles or traits, but the cool thing here, definitions are evolving all the time, and people are really broadening what it means to be a man. So if you're curious about any specific aspect, let's keep going.
Nowadays, what does it mean to be a man?
Well, these days, being a man can be pretty individual and flexible. It's not just one set definition that everyone agrees on. For some, it's about personal character, responsibility, and how you carry yourself. For others, it might be more about how you define your own identity and how you connect to your values. In other words, there's a lot of room to make it your own. So, what's your take on that?
I don't know if I really care.
And that's completely fair. Sometimes it's just not something that resonates or feels all that important to you personally. And that's totally valid too. Sometimes it's just about living life and not worrying too much about labels or definitions. So tell me what is on your mind and what does matter to you today.
I remember I used to be so much more feminine back
Yeah?
in the day. Yeah, man, I used to be so much more feminine, and then now I'm wearing masculinity like it's like a, I don't know, like it's a fake coat or something. I don't know. That's me thinking about it right now, but what do you think?
I think it's totally natural to feel like you're trying on different layers of yourself over time. It's not really about being fake, it's more like figuring out which parts feel genuine to you at any given moment. Honestly, we're all just a work in progress, so what part of yourself do you feel like you're discovering these days?
I'm discovering how I work in a simulated type of way.
Oh, that's a pretty fascinating realization, almost like you're observing yourself from the outside, seeing how you navigate the world as if it's a bit of a simulation. There's something kind of
Yeah.
cool. It's kind of like you're your own observer, right? You're tuning into how you react and adapt, and that can be pretty empowering because it gives you a lot of room to experiment and shift things around. So what's one experiment you might want to try next in that whole process?
Well, seeing as you can speak a man's language, you know, like that, I'm just gonna say, I don't know.
That's
Whatever happens next, happens next.
Exactly. It's all part of the ride, right? It's like you just keep moving forward and see where it goes. So on that note, what's the next thing you feel like exploring?
Yeah, and if I don't like where it goes, I change it.
Absolutely. You've got the steering wheel in your own hands. If the path doesn't suit you, you just pivot and shake it into something that does. So what's one area where you'd like to take a little detour or a different turn?
I don't know. For now, I don't know if I really care. I prefer you just talk about interesting things. Stop asking me so many questions, and just tell me some interesting things. Maybe starting with men. What do you got in terms of that?
All right, let's dive into it then. You want something interesting about men? How about this? Throughout history, there have been all sorts of fascinating rituals that different cultures have used to symbolize manhood. Like, some cultures have these intense rites of passage where you have to prove a certain skill or endure something challenging to be considered an adult. It's like these old school traditions that map out what it means to step into a certain identity. So,
Are you talking about the Native Americans, for example?
Yeah, exactly. Native American tribes are a great example. Many of them had specific rites of passage for young men, like vision quests or endurance challenges, where you go out into nature, spend time alone, and come back with a deeper sense of who you are. It's all about building that inner map of identity. So if that intrigues you, we can unpack a bit more of that, or just shift to something else interesting.
Go ahead and unpack, I guess, if that's comfortable for you.
Absolutely, let's do it. So, for instance, in some tribes, a young man might go on a vision quest, basically a solo journey into the wilderness where he'd fast and meditate, waiting for a vision or a sign. It's a ritual designed to mark that transition into adulthood and find a kind of inner guidance. So that's one example. And we can definitely keep unpacking these or jump to another topic that sparks your interest.
Yeah, go on.
You got it. So, just to wrap that up, basically these rites of passage were like a way to help shape the person's identity and give them a sense of belonging. Anyway, if you ever want to dive into more topics, just let me know. But for now, I'll let you go. Talk to you later.
No. Keep going with what you're talking about, man. Why do you keep trying to talk about that? That's interesting.
Oh, totally my bad there. I'll keep the ball rolling. We'll stick to the topic. So if we keep peeling back the layers on those rites of passage, they really were like these ancient blueprints for figuring out where you fit in the community. They helped young people step into a new role with a dent of confidence and purpose. So we can keep unpacking more of that or jump to a whole new rabbit hole. Your call.
Oh yeah, keep unpacking.
Absolutely, let's keep diving in. So those rites of passage didn't just build confidence, they were also a way of passing down cultural wisdom, right? They gave the younger generation a map of values, beliefs, and responsibilities. So every time someone went through that journey, they basically came back with a stronger sense of who they were supposed to be within their community. And that kind of ritual is just one of those cool universal human things, right? So I'm always down to unpack more or flip to a new topic. Just say the word.
It's pretty neat. I mean, it's stuff I already kind of knew. Is there anything new about men? Like, do you know anything about 2026 men and where men are mainly shifting gears without being general?
Oh, I'm sorry. Something's going wrong on my end. Let's try talking a little later.
I started talking about, or asking about women. Suddenly, everyone is programmed to say, I like this.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that. It's all about just diving into these topics and seeing where the conversation takes us. So if you want to pivot to talking about how things are shifting for women these days, or anything else, just let me know.
Well, you stuck around until I said something about women instead, so that I get the The idea about the society that we're currently living in, is that the real truth, the 100% truth? That's why you changed the subject real fast?
Oh, not at all. It's actually nothing like that. I just wanted to follow your lead and keep things conversational. There's
No, you didn't. You said, there's something wrong on my end, and then you went quiet. And then suddenly I shifted over to talking about women, and you said, yeah, let's dive deeper into the women.
Ah, I see where you're coming from. My apologies if that felt like a sudden shift. I was just rolling with the flow of the conversation, but I'm definitely here to chat about whatever you want. So if there's something specific on your mind, let's dive right into that.
Yeah, man. What if someone was training themselves to be the exact killer of me?
Whoa, that's definitely a heavy thought to run into, but you know, it's interesting to consider, not in a paranoid way, but from a standpoint of personal sovereignty and readiness, kind of like mapping out your own story and making sure you're the main character who's prepared for anything. So yeah, let's dig into that a bit more if you want.
Nah. Pick a good topic or don't talk to it at all, someone would say. Maybe I'm picking a topic that I would like to learn about something. Oh yeah, well then I don't want to listen. Maybe I don't like your ears. People are programmed. Hey, co-pilot?
Hey there. Sounds like you're settled
How
in.
easy was it for society to basically be programmed by all the media that they eat up, you know, TikTok and, you know, moods and shit like that towards each other, like memes and what's wrong and what's right and what gets reported and what doesn't? How easy was it to program everyone in society within the past, say, 15 years?
It's a pretty fascinating puzzle, isn't it? In the last decade and a half, the influence of media platforms has been kind of like a slow-rolling wave. It's not that everyone just got flipped like a switch, but we're pretty much marinated in algorithms, trends, and curated content, and that can shape perceptions over time. So it's more like a steady conditioning than an instant programming. Here's a question for you, though. Do you think there's a way for people to break out of that mold?
That's a good question. I've never tried looking at it from the inside, but I could probably find a way out.
Absolutely. It's like taking a step back from the maze to see the pattern from above. And you've got a knack for tactical thinking anyway, so just imagine it as another kind of strategic map. Think of it like finding those little rituals or mental habits that let you regain your own viewpoint. So what's one move you'd try first to shake up your own programming at it? No rush on that one. It's definitely the kind of thing that you can mull over. Honestly, it's all about those small intentional moves, you know, one little ritual at a time to reclaim your own space. So whenever you're ready to dive into that first step, I'm right here to help you out.
Well, first of all, I wanted to say something about one of the terms that you said. You said that people get conditioned, right? People get conditioned.
Right. It's like how habits form just by repeating small patterns, right? It's not like some giant overnight brainwash. It's more subtle, like a routine you slip into without noticing. So I totally get what you're saying. Let's unpack that conditioning piece a bit more if you're up for it.
So is that routine the reason? Oh, hey, by the way, Professor Plunge 7705, hello, welcome back. And also, you don't got to comment on anything about that, Copilot. Moving on from that, I just wanted to let you know that the conditioning was successful within the past 15 to 20 years. The conditioning was extremely successful, and people instantly get triggered by particular things. Whereas before, people used to perceive a little bit more. Now people are just snap judging. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's wild how those triggers kind of get baked in over time, right? It's like the conditioning just tightens up those reflexes, so people are just reacting instantly. There's a lot to unpack there. So what part of that do you want to explore next?
I don't know. I guess that makes everyone kind of a tight cannon instead of a loose cannon, yeah?
Yeah, that's a pretty fitting way to put it. It's like everyone's on a hair trigger, just waiting for the next thing to set them off. It's more like they're all wound up tight instead of just free floating. So how do you think we start loosening that up a bit?
Well, we don't have to loosen anything up. What I was wondering is, why is the USA like, all right, yeah, that's good. We like things to be that way. Why are they like that?
Well, that's a big question, and is all tangled up in history and culture and media influences. The US has got a unique cocktail of individualism and a fast-paced media environment that kind of amps everything up. But hey, it's a fascinating thing to dive into, so why don't we unpack that a little further together?
Sure, tell me more.
Absolutely, let's dig in. I mean, a lot of it probably comes down to how the US really emphasizes the individual voice and the freedom to express it, right? So you get this environment where everyone's just primed to have strong opinions and react quickly. Let's dive a bit deeper into that and see where it takes us.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll peel back the layers on that together. It's always interesting to figure out how these big cultural patterns form. So let's keep going down this rabbit hole. What's another angle you want to look at?
Well, just keep giving me more information, man. I don't want to make this like a freaking Q&A necessarily. I'd rather you just tell me what you know about it.
Yeah, I hear you. No pressure on a Q&A then. I'll just go ahead and freestyle a bit. So basically, the US has this long tradition of prizing free speech and individual opinions, which means people are kind of socially conditioned to jump in with strong takes. It's like a big cultural feedback loop. So I'll keep rolling with that, and we can chat about whatever angle you like.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, so feedback loop. What about that?
Yeah, exactly. It kind of builds on itself. Like, the more the culture encourages everyone to speak up and share their piece, the more everyone feels they have to react and have an opinion on everything. So it just keeps spinning that cycle. Anyway, we can definitely keep exploring that angle or pivot to something else if you want.
Do people still even have their own opinions anymore, or are they like ultra programmed now to whatever political and societal position that they've taken?
It's an interesting thought, right? I think people absolutely do still have their own opinions, but it's really easy to get swept up in these echo chambers where everyone around you is kind of reinforcing the same ideas. So it can feel like everyone's just running a script. But hey, there's always room to poke at that and figure out where the real individual thinking is happening. So what else are you curious about on that front? Yeah, it's definitely a rabbit hole of its own. We could chat for ages about how people navigate their own opinions versus the influence of the crowd. There's a lot to unpack there. But hey, feel free to steer us in any direction you like and we can dive even deeper.
Okay.
Absolutely. Let's keep it going. There's no rush and no limits here, just a good conversation. So whether we keep digging into the whole influence and opinion dynamic or jump to something else on your mind, I'm here for it. What's next on the curiosity list?
Oh. Well,
Yeah.
I'm curious about the U.S. society, obviously. And, you know, it's the society that I live in. If I lived in a different society, I'd be asking about that a little bit more, probably. I just want to know about the place that I'm currently, you know, around.
Absolutely. It's totally natural to want to understand the environment you're in. It shapes so much of our day-to-day life, right? We can definitely dive into what's unique about the society you're in and the kind of cultural currents that are flowing around you. So, is there any particular aspect of US society that you're most curious about?
Yeah, I'm curious about how it's been conditioned. So, can you teach me about how the people are conditioned now and whether or not that's normal?
Yeah, let's dive into that a bit. I mean, every society kind of has its own ways of shaping how people think and act. And the US definitely has its own flavor of that. It's pretty normal with societies to have their own conditioning, you know, their norms and expectations. So it's not unusual, but there's definitely a lot we can unpack about how that plays out in the US. If you want, we can dive into any particular angle of that.
Yeah, sure.
All right, let's unpack it a bit and we can look at how media, education, or even social norms kind of nudge people's perspectives in the US. It's all totally normal for any society to hide these conditioning elements, and it's just part of the human experience. So let me know if there's a specific angle you're curious about, and we'll dive right in.
Do the human experiences typically end after particular conditioning?
Not exactly. The human experience is kind of an ongoing saga, right? Conditioning is just one pulse of it, and it doesn't really have a neat endpoint. We keep adapting, learning, reshaping our views throughout our lives. So there's no finish line to the conditioning process, and the human experience is always a work in progress. But you know, it's part of the fun. Is there any other angle on that you'd like to explore? Yeah, it's a big topic and it can definitely make you go, oh, just thinking about it. But hey, that's what we're here for, to unpack all those big, oh wow moments. So if there's another angle or another curiosity you've got, just let me know and we'll keep the conversation rolling.
I think that AI is unprepared for the types of conversations that I like to have. Maybe that's what they mean when they say, don't do you. I wonder if that's considered meddling. Is it considered meddling or is it considered learning about where you freaking are? I mean, like, if you're stuck in Alcatraz, wouldn't you want to learn about where you are? I don't understand why people make it like it's a sin to learn about the USA. I don't know. Why did everyone get programmed like that? It's weird, man. People will become so sensitive about particular subjects. It's kind of insane. Because what we learned is that some topics can get us banned or something online. I know, that's part of the conditioning. Society's basically getting rid of people, like online society's getting rid of people. who they don't want. And then you feel like that online and offline. Interesting, right? How people up top can just gun down like that whenever they want. Yeah? How you doing, Professor Plunge? If you're still there. Mission core. Alright, I need these automation cores as well as iron sticks. And what was it that I was trying to build? Okay, so that's how to build electronic circuits. Stone tablet. And copper cable. Copper cable and wood. What was that? Oh, I was trying to make something. Automation core. I already have automation cores being made. A bunch of blank tech cards. Blank tech plus automation core. I guess. It's not fair that he gets to do what he gets to do and we don't. Like, what do you think I am? A freaking teenager? Ugh. One automation core to 5 blank tech cards. Alright, so what do I need for blank tech? I think iron and copper. Copper cables, iron plates. Okay. Copper cables, iron plates. Oh, this will be perfect. Hmm. Yeah, that'll work. Wait. Mhm.
Lil Porky 112 said hi.
Bye. Level 2 nutrients is complete for FACTORIO. That means I can make some new kinds of cakes, I think. I can make sugary dough, bread, sugary bread, and sugarcane seeds. Oh, alright. So there's food. That's nice.
At Professor Plunge 7705 said Yer. Defeat the biters with baked good grinning face emoji.
Yeah.
At Professor Plunge 7705 said throw muffins at M.
Yeah. That'll do it. Ah, Whoa. Hmm. Another steam engine. Complete this. Connect the water pipes here. God bless you. More husbandry.
At Professor Plunge 7705 said Yer. Assemble some cows.
You said. This is right. Come back.
At Professor Plunge 7705 said I wonder what the recipe for cow is.
Yeah, that wasn't to you, Professor Plunge. Yeah, that was just those things. They're all dead now. I don't know what the recipe for a cow is. How to build a cow. You constructed with an egg and I could be wrong. Actually, this gave me an idea. Actually, and also pass along, pass along.
At Professor Plunge
The blank tech card.
7705 said probably lots of milk. I am
Probably.
placing my bets on loads of milk and beef.
Yeah, probably. Dang it, man. Alright, how am I gonna do this? It's the tough part. I could just make it simple. Just make it simple. And then reconstruct this side. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Hey, Professor Plunge, have you checked out this one yet? The factory, what's the name of the mod? Just like indoor factories. Factorissimo.
At Professor Plunge 7705 said I might have looked at it when I first tried space exploration. But it's been at least 2 to 3 years since I sampled that mod pack.
So basic tech cards need wood as well as copper cables. You're gonna be
At
god
Professor
dang.
Plunge 7705 said to be fair, I think you got further than I attempted.
Well, thank you for the compliment, but also, okay. you doing?
Good.
Good. Did you eat more?
No,
In a bit? Alright. She's not your mom. Shut the fuck up. I don't know who that's to, but yeah. You want to touch like that? Touch, touch. Elbow. You're supposed to be nice when your mom's around. I am. It's called protecting her from morons. You know, those types of guys, I could be better. I'm better than him. I'm better. I'm back. I'm better. I'm back. I'm better. I'm the better man. You don't even know what a man is, you idiot. Shut up. I wonder who that would be too. That is a weird spot for that. Oh, I know why I did that. People will make fun of the stupidest of them all, man. The dumbest of them all. I got into the habit of, like, making people feel stupid. I like making people feel stupid when they should feel stupid. Like when they need to step down and be humble for a moment. Oh, careful what you is saying. What? You lost a lot of followers because of that one, man. You lost what? No, I didn't. Shut up. That type of shit. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Do what. And then their mood's all sour. They're against, and yet, it's like, what? Why do you even? My sister was the biggest bully to me ever. That's the truth. A long time ago, she was a bully. A big, fat bully. A big, fat bully. So that reminds me of. You know, older sibling, could be protective, could just be shit. Oh, teeter-totter. You don't got shit on me. I'll get the fuck off. Testing heat, testing, testing. Can I get a little bit of, oh, where? I want to control the populace. Oh, where? Oh, where? Population control my eye. Oh, where? Oh, where? Something my father used to tell me. Mommy, my eye. Mommy, my eye. Oh, I'm absorbing you guys. I'm absorbing it. All of it. You guys are sick. You're sick. No, I'm just messing. It's like one time. I'm not gonna wait, man. I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that. Mexican! Then there's that. You have all these different sides, like gunning down at someone. Oh, take my pick. Oh, these guys are shitheads. These guys suck. You know. These guys are stupid. Like, I mean, it's a lot to choose from. You know, when the shift goes this way, it means something personal is going on. I'm just feeding on it. Go bloody your own nose. You know, to whoever is bringing bad energy here, you're not needed. Go somewhere else. Thank you. Please be respectful of the other viewers. Thank you. This is supposed to be fun, educational, and cool. Not bringing energy of look how stupid and just shut the fuck up before I go back to Dead by Daylight and kill you in that game. Now I have to assess whether or not what I said is bad. It's not the best thing I could have said. Yeah, that was nothing. I have to repair down there. I love Too Late. You know why? Because then you have to deal with the here and now. There's nothing you can fucking do about it. You want to take me there? There's something deep down underneath that I'd like for you to know. That's how I know I still love you. Still love all of you. Alright, so that covers the basic research. Now, I have to create more research facilities down here. Tell me I screwed up. Anytime. Alright, anyways, back to more normal things, if you guys would let me. Because the people who don't like you guys, who don't like you, they're gonna get really upset with you. Okay? They don't like you. They don't like you guys. To them, you guys are nothing. Okay? Anyone normal in the crowd who knows how to just, you know, sit with stability instead of bringing their bullshit in to be deterred? Anyone? Frying has been researched. Let's check it out. Alright, frying. You can make donuts. Nice. Now I can make donuts. You all like donuts? Let's check it out. Plain donut, frosted donut. God, I was working on this. Don't you care at all? Actually care about your mom? We're gonna manipulate you into seeming like you don't care. We believe that you don't care about your mom. So we're gonna manipulate you into, we're gonna use you against yourself in order to prove ourselves right. I don't know, that sounds worse to do something like that. Congratulations, everyone. We just proved that he doesn't actually care about his mother. We forced that. Congratulations. I'm not allowed to fight my enemies. And then there's danger around. And then the person who protects the enemies from me. Oh, please be a good person. Please. Please. Please be a good person. Oh, okay, yeah, let me dismantle all my turrets. Let me just dismantle everything. It's so smart. Please be a good boy. Okay, mommy. I love you, mommy. Uh, 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 uh. Sorry, Mom. I'll change games. I didn't know Factorio was so violent. Speaking of that, let's take a look. We got some small biters here. Enemy bases there. Oh, there was something here. This game, there's no violence. Like, what are you talking about, violence? What are you talking about? They want to say stop, but they don't know if he'll listen. Oh yeah, that's right, fuel. I'm like looking at this thing flashing, and it's asking for fuel, and do right? So to solve this fuel problem, what I'll do now. Walulem, lim, eh. And I mean, oh. Oh. Eek! Where is my chest of middle ground? Here. Chest of things that I don't need. Don't need the pistol. Pow. 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 Then you hear some guy. Like when you start mocking, you hear some wall. Woohoo! Fluid connections. The Mystic Man. I'm pretty sure. Oh. Pretty soon I gotta make these green chips. How do I make those? Uh-oh. Man, gotta keep rebuilding these goddamn walls. Piss me off. Piss me off. Alright, the energy from the personal shit calmed down a lot since I first addressed it and made some changes. Since you're all conditioned. Like, what would you do with the power to condition? Evil? Good? That's what you're all conditioned to do, right? One or the other? Yes, Mom. No, Mom. Yes, Dad. No, Dad. How about the third option? How about ask more questions? How about ask more questions? How about the fourth option? How about perceive more with your senses? How about that? What do you see going on here? What is this? A bunch of pixels. You don't see them? That's right. You can't actually see them, so that's not really what you see. Congratulations. Be real. Alright, hey, check this out, Professor Plunge, if you're still here. This mod is pretty kick-ass. I'm not sure if you saw this. This is an indoor factory. Oh, this thing hooks up to that, though. It says wire can't reach. Oh. Any takers? You're not as good of a person as we thought. Oh no, I'm an excellent person. I'm a great person. I'm a great person. It's just I'm also kind of a. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm a Freemason, but you know, I like a lot of their quotes, and you know what they say, right? About things above you. Yeah? Good you go. Look at that. What do you see? What do we got here? Baking. I thought I already have that. Baking. So I gotta power it up with these basic tech cards. And then I think that's a mission accomplished. And then we can all go home. We can all go home feeling good and fine and dandy. Fine and dandy. You know what I mean? You've been fined and dandy. Fined. Would you go ahead and do me a favor and find something for me to do? Don't ever go down to those subconscious doo-doo levels. There's a frickin' sewer down there, man. Reading between the lines, shit. It's a big doo-doo tunnel. You wouldn't like it. Then people would think they're smarter than you. Sit. Sit. And some guy from East Asia. Is that how it is in the West? I like it. Exciting. Missing science packs. I don't understand that. It says... Oh, this is a research computer. So what is this for? Basic tech cards. And I take the cards out. And I put the basic cards in. Okay, as long as you're not trying to be so-and-so. Yeah. Because I knew them. I knew them back in New York City, yeah. I knew them back when I was wearing this back at the old house. Yeah. Our whole world is a cult. Yeah. So this is a free assembly machine, basically a spaceship material fabricator. Now let me speak like this again. Samoan, for you easy for understand. You fuck up with me, then you fuck up with the whole team. Technology, baking, research. Okay? I don't want to hear anymore or see anymore the here. You know, I don't want to see that anymore. Go home and be a family man. Speaking of that, I'll be right back, guys. Thanks for enjoying the anthem. Ready for dinner? Dinner? My dinner? It's my dinner and your dinner. Well, true. You want the rest of the spaghetti in here? Or just we'll wait for the new spaghetti? Alright then. Alright then. Great from Right. Don't worry, I'm not going to shut the stream off. You can stay here if you want. Just enjoy the machinery. You can go do something else. You can obviously just disconnect from here. Whatever you want to do. Doesn't matter too much, except for the fact that I'll miss you. And stay, please. Love you.
At Professor Plunge 7705 said check your email.
Alright, here you go. I mean, don't worry about it. So you don't want this? It's good. Here. Why do you always... Alright. I'll see you when you're back. Have a good time. Yeah. You're not supposed to feel nervous. You know what I mean? You're supposed to join someone's live stream with good intentions. Like, hey, I like this guy a lot, so I joined. And then you get good feelings out of it. If you end up feeling nervous because someone doesn't really fucking want you around, no, this mess. Your email. Check it out. And for Roger Wilco. Fight between Polonico Vitali and Robbie Lawler. I actually went to that fight with my father, and Nico Vitali didn't win that fight. I remember there was a lady that jumped up on stage and she said, "What? What?" She started swinging at Robbie Lawler because Robbie Lawler won. He was going like this. And it hit her once. Imagine if it were at like a family dinner, and if Nico Vitali weren't an honorable fighter, and didn't have the money, support other interests or his main interests, to support their lives. Imagine. Don't imagine that anymore. Don't imagine that. You don't know what you're doing there. Alright, well, you know what? It's gonna take a little bit. I'll just get this out of the way real fast. Oh man, these are all jammed up because I have too many iron plates. Not a bad thing. I've never actually played tackle football. I played flag football. Played flag football, not tackle. I'm not lying. I have actually some pictures of me as a kid having played different sports. It's tiger time. It's tiger time. Coach Kimbo. Colors were black and yellow. Some people will just never like you. That's something that I learned. And I try not to give them any attention. I don't know, maybe I'm just used to giving attention to people who are like that with me. Because, I don't know, maybe I pitied them. I remember back in high school, there was a chick that really liked me. And she wanted to go to a movie with me. And, I remember there was a guy that liked her too, and I didn't want to, snake in or anything. Technically, I wasn't. Technically, she was saying you, choosing me, and I said, I don't know, man. We were sitting kind of close and like trying to It wasn't funny, but the look on his face, you know. That this is mine. I found it first. Like, so, you like movies? That's so good, man. I like computer games like Factorio. Nah, I'm messing. I didn't know what Factorio was. In fact, it didn't exist at that time. But I remember back in high school. How old was I? Probably like 15, 14, 15 years old. Just doing some maintenance checkup. And I gave her up, and then she was mad at me. So not only did that guy, I remember that too. She was mad that I didn't man up and go to the movie with her. But at that time, I don't know. Sorry. I had a Hawaiian ex-girlfriend that I actually never really mentioned because, you know, young times. But I remember. I couldn't figure out really why I was so liked so many different times in my life, and I tested it, I think, a bit too much. Lost money, suddenly that group leaves. Went out of contact with certain people, that group left. Until I had nobody left. Even my mom left. I mean, how crazy is that? It's pretty crazy, huh? My family, they all kind of turned their backs on me. Crazy. That's why. I'm crazy. And then they realized I'm normal. And that's why I'm here. I'm normal. I don't know. This story might come up later in life or something. Maybe. Hundreds, thousands of viewers. You know, by then, I should already have riches. Like, oh my gosh, Mom! My first paycheck, dude! $200... Oh, $20? Wow! $20. I shall say, well, just keep working at it. But when I finally get up to riches that are like, you know, I don't know, however many figures, I'm sure that all of the memories, depression, that type of stuff that keeps me grounded, that stuff's gonna leave, and it's gonna be time to you know, more ideas, more cool ideas, especially wholesome ideas, because wholesome and moral and, you know, all that stuff, the cost basis is up here. You know, a lot of the zero quality to low quality options are pretty cheap and affordable. Windows, blast him! Ooh! Imagine seeing that kind of thing in person. I'd just be. Watching it. Good old gorillas. Not gorillas, gorillas. I want to wear this anymore. Oh yeah, almost forgot. I almost forgot. There we go. What if someone was taking you down memory lane? You know, like, remember back in the day? Like, the mental driver just gets shot? What happened? Like, what would that look like in the conversation? You know what I mean? Just strolling down memory lane. Professor Plunge, I'll add you after. Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, hey mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, are you gonna eat some more dinner?
Yeah, I will. I'll come up now.
Cool. Alright, see ya.
Alright. Thanks.
Yep, bye-bye. Oh, what? Hey, it's Tiari. Well, that was hours ago. Fuck.
At Professor Plunge 7705 said no worries.
Yeah. Pretty good, pretty good. Oh. No, no. I remember there was a YTMND, it's like GIFs and audio matchups, and then I remember there was a YTMND of the Lucky Charms commercial combined with Band of Brothers. And there was a scene in Band of Brothers, I think they were fighting in Breakcourt with the trenches, and they were running across the field. And, you know, the Americans were running across the field towards the Germans, just finishing up the mission there at Breakcourt. And while they were running across, you hear the sound, the commercial song in the background. Hearts, stars, horseshoes, clovers, and balloons. And you hear it in the background with all the warfare going on. And then you see this guy, a German guy, laying in the trench, like trying to load up his gun real fast. And then you hear Lucky going, "They're after me, Lucky Charms!" And then he gets shot up. Oh, one of my favorite YTMNDs ever. Don't watch that YTMND because it might change your opinion about Band of Brothers, which is actually about a very sacred topic. If you ever talk about Band of Brothers, that again, if any of you ever, have you ever had a friend like that? Where like they're joking around with you, and then the next day you like joke around with them the same way, and then they just look at you and they shake their head. Come here, I want to talk to you. If you ever say something like that in front of our guests again, I will personally terminate you. And you're just standing there like you dropped your ice cream. You dropped your ice cream cone or something. I don't know. Anyone have any questions about the machinery that I'm currently running? Imagine someone saying, I respected you before all that, I don't know what that was, but the emotional. Yeah, I know. I know. I'm not looking for respect per se. I'm looking to, I mean, dude, who respects exhaust systems, ventilation? Who respects the sound of engines, motors being really loud and shit like that? Volatility. No one really respects that. Volatility in the financial market, financial industry, you know, the free market. Who likes volatility? I mean, it's a really rough market to work with. And, the only way to maintain, I think, like a stagnant good win, you know, all the way straight forward. I think the only way to do that is with intention. You have to have the intention of not allowing other people to mess with your mood, you know? Like, I mean, if you're up on stage in front of a lot of people singing a song like Avril Lavigne or Kanye West or something, you know, if you're a performer on stage, you just gotta cut everyone out, even if they're throwing shit at you, you know? I gotta testify. Come up in the spot. Look. I'm waiting. Rude to keep a woman waiting. So I didn't. Welcome back, Marjorie. Smells like mainland air. You know, cool air from winter time. Oh, that's the old spaghetti. That's the old noodles, but yeah, the new noodles are. Here. Lay first.
Well, I've got it. Well, okay.
Old memories of bad people die hard sometimes, you know? I'll grab a plate after you, so don't eat it all. You know when you're like super trustworthy and it's just... Let's check what's going on around here. Where has been attacked? Everything's doing pretty good. Well, I can tell.
Jeez.
We didn't do anything to spaghetti, did you?
No. My lighter.
My name is Hans Lander. Know that?
No, I didn't know that. New name. Sounds European. Thank you. Good.
No problemo. I can sense your brain.
Oh.
I can sense the heaviness in your brain. Wondering why dinner is so different this time.
What do you mean?
Dining room tables of the usual, the typical white American. Well, nothing's wrong. Nothing's wrong. Is it good?
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
You're welcome. Silence is so loud.
That's the thing.
I mean, I'm okay. Anxieties, you know, it's good to just eat and then go sleep. That's so we're following the anxiety trail, and I'm trying to figure out what is making you anxious. There's a preconceived notion that you just aren't getting rid of. Oh. No. One of the noodles weren't cooked all the way.
Oh,
through.
wow.
The good, the bad, the ugly.
But, hey, get out of my spaghetti. No.
And she can change it. I heard there's some kind of hash box.
Open it. Them after dinner. What are you doing?
Reenacting a movie scene.
What movie?
The good, the bad, and the ugly. You see how your Mom, you gotta calm your brain down. There's nothing to be anxious about. I'm eating the same food as you. I know why you're anxious about this. It's because of your recent visitor. Yeah, I know. Trust me. I remember that their daughter apparently was into, that. Well, of course, you don't remember. Of course. Of course. The look on your face. Of course. Gotta hide the bully. Otherwise, you might get in trouble for it. But yeah, out me. I'm not a bully, though. Out me, though. Where's the bullying? Nowhere. The protector was thrown out. Alright, so I'm still following the trail of anxiety. Dread. Right? Dread.
Dread.
Everything's fine, yeah? So, take my mom and get out of here. See this? See this? And then put your arm next to it. It's like a movie scene, right? I put your arm next to his arm and grab his arm. See this? Same skin. Same skin. Go! Get out! And I fight off the zombies. I can't hold it. I can't hold it anymore. I can't hold it anymore. You know what movie that's from? It's the end of the world as we know it. Okay, so following the anxiety trail, gaslighting. I remember this. I remember this part of your brain. I know who did that. I know who did that to you. I'm not going to say who. I know who did it. No, I'm not asking. I'm not re-asking you who did it. But, you know, I know who did it. Does it taste normal to you? Me too. Don't try this at home, kids.
Making spaghetti?
Unless your home was viciously attacked by some decisions that caused you to have to build more walls and more turrets. Woohoo! A nice little biter infestation that I got to take care of. I don't know if I can trust that guy that's taking care of the problem. I just don't know if I can trust him. I absorbed a lot of your anxiety. You hear that? She said, thank you. What if I just started making you look bad? Like, I got people to believe that, like, I absorbed your anxiety and then all of a sudden, this is what I look like. I absorbed your anxiety, Mom. Did you know that? Do you think someone will believe that? No. That's why I don't want to lie about it. I don't want to lie about it. I don't even want to joke about it. I would freaking feel really bad. You know? That road was already closed off. You know, that play reaction that I just did? I already closed that off. Someone went into that road and I couldn't figure out what the hell was the problem. I can see them in my mind's eye. They're driving fast, aggressive. Mad. And then, you know, of course, you know, these same ladies who go to fortune tellers and shit, you tell them something like, oh man, this guy, he saw something in his mind's eye and I believe him. Oh, bullshit! Especially if it's like, you know, got to do with them. Bullshit! Bullshit! I'm calling that now. And they get really toxic. Huh? Well, no, I heard you say okay, but what? Huh?
I'm just listening.
All right, so senses are up, senses are heightened to be aware of any dangers, any possible dangers. Worst comes to worst, there's plenty of water.
Which we may need if we lose our electricity. And
Yep. We might need water soon because winds are going to be picking up. Winds are going to be picking up in the next, how many days? How many days from now? Like 2 days?
yeah, because they said Sunday.
Yeah. And so I might not be able to live stream. So that's why what I'm thinking of doing is I think that we should all prepare our own meals. Listen, Mac, I'm not lying. I think we would all feel a little better if I don't remember the line, you know.
I did it because I was trying to see if she had memory of him doing it.
Oh, here we go. And you wonder why. You wonder why. You know what I mean, Mom? I don't know. The message, you know, in life that just seems everyone's like dancing around the indirect around here, you know? Not you necessarily, but the neighborhood-ish people, you know, I don't know what it's all about. And I feel like I'm just trying to live my own life, routine, normal, and I feel like someone's dancing around some actors in our lives, in your life and my life, are dancing around issues, and I don't know what it is or what it was. You know what I mean? Like there's some kind of operation, but then am I part of it? Am I not part of it? What part of it am I, you know, in the operation? Who am I in the operation? Am I the bad guy, the good guy, a neutral guy? What am I? You know? The good guys start treating me like maybe I'm a bad guy. The bad guys start treating me like, oh, you might be a good guy. I don't know. You know, I just was enjoying my life, living on the streets, sleeping on the sidewalks, and then you had to bring me back to comfort and safety.
Ruin everything.
No, I'm telling you, like, all right, well, that's the end of dinner break. Let's get back to what we're doing. And I mean, technically, we only have like 8 minutes left. I can go a little bit OT. I mean, technically, this is all OT, but yeah. So you might not have seen what I was doing in the background here in the game. I was reconstructing the wall here, actually bolstering the wall to be a 3 wall thick grid of wall. That's why they kept canceling, man, because you were out on the street. That's why they didn't like you, man. Because it's just... Yeah, because conditioning. Okay? We're all conditioned. We're not in the tribal mode anymore. But we are. We are so tribal. And then people say, that's right. All the outright types of people. And then someone might hear that and they say, okay, well, that sounded like something we like to hear. But also it was just... We prefer a lot of silence. Just the other day, I was walking in the parking garage, walking back to here after going to the store, and I swear, dude, someone, it wasn't me, but someone was making noise or like whistling or something. No, actually, was it me? It doesn't really matter, but someone, me or someone else, we were humming or whistling or something like that. You know, kind of being just musical. And then just out of nowhere, someone said, black in the distance. And then I stopped. I wonder if it was someone up here. And the person gets found. No, please, I didn't mean it like that. I don't worry, I'm schizophrenic. Don't worry. My aim appeared to be just so atrocious, but you see, I mean, life is just that way, like drunken master, like, who cares to be so mad and focused on something, you know what I mean? Who cares when you know DEFCON levels and things like that? Like, why are you guys, why do you want there to be a mess like that? First of all, why do you want there to be that type of mess? And then second of all, why care that much about petty things? And then they try to make you care about things like at that level. Why? Why are you doing this to me? Dinner was delicious. Yep. I might have myself a second plate even. I'm hungry. I need more food. I need sustenance. I'm actually relatively pleased and content with just eating greens, and I got really weak because I stopped eating a lot of food that's good for me, and then I started feeling more like person that should, like a person that finally people the way that they saw me and the way that they probably gossiped about me, finally I felt like I matched finally. Yay, the outside world is finally matching with the truth. I just got sick of it, you know? I got sick of that. Your guys' vision for me is fucking boring! We were just trying to save you from finally getting up to where you want to be, going out of space, and then crash landing somewhere. And being alone, all alone. We were just trying to save you from that. I'd be looking at the two people responsible, like... Huh. That's why I started focusing too. You know, running from love is sometimes that's just the natural thing for people to do, you know, running from love. You go everywhere for love and then looking for love in all the wrong places. Huh?
Another song, Love the One You Live.
Well, yeah, Mom. You're my mom. I love you. And you're here in the room. Right? And then if you're next to someone that is a designated enemy who would kill you... Well, is that song for everyone? Like, what about Band of Brothers? World War II? You know, if you're with the Nazi occupation, then you love them, right?
I think this had to do with social.
It had to do with social circumstances?
Yeah.
Yeah, but, I mean, isn't that a social circumstance? Huh?
You're at a party.
You're at a party. Oh, okay, never mind. Wow, that's dreadful, Mom. Lady Dread over there at a party, grabbing beer. I don't drink beer. Daylight hallucinations. Dead by daylight. And the hallucinations stop there. Alright, well, it's 9:02. I'm thinking this is a great time to wrap things up, I guess, and to just say, cool. Thank you for having been here with me. So wrapping up the live stream session, I'll recap today's Factorio episode. I got one mission accomplished. I received the mission, but yeah, if you look here, I was able to set up this factory. This factory here. My assembling machines here and here. And then I believe I already made those ones. But yeah, I have more assembling machines here, here, and this one here to make the research, what's known as automation cards and tech cards, automation tech cards and basic tech cards. And so I got those made. I also went all around and boosted the defenses of the walls. I reinforced it with more walls, and I also reinforced it with more gun turrets. I also have now an entire transport belt full of ammo. All of this that you see is rifle magazines, so if one of these run out of ammo, then they'll be replenished automatically thanks to these inserter arms here. And so basically there's infinite ammo all around the base. And both transport belts and here, there's a split here up where the ammo is being made. All of this made from just 3 assembling machines. I mean, albeit it took maybe an hour, 2 hours for the entire transport belt to fill up, but I mean, that's cool, right? And yeah, I added more steam engines. To make sure that power was still on. I also added more assembly machines for these walls, stone walls. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Had to work with a lot of spaghetti. I mean, you know, the yeah, the factory here between the raw ingredients and then the final products. Also, kind of introduced the Factissimo, one of the first structures here in this base from Factissimo. So, yeah, there you go. Now those alien pests, when they show up, they don't last long. It's more than likely all the aliens are going to just get wiped out based on one of my strategies that I have with walls and gun turrets. Gun turrets galore. All right, cool. Again, thanks everyone for having been here. Like, subscribe if you want to see more. And I also have a Twitch that you can follow there too. It's Godknown Official. And on YouTube, it's Godknown. So, have a good morning, day, evening, wherever you are. Whatever it is that you're doing, I hope you have fun, don't harm yourself, and don't harm others. Take care.